Against top in the SPL, Dunfermline against Celtic. Stephen Kenny versus Gordon Strachan. The live match coming away with Scott Booth and Ian Crocker.
Cheers, Rob. Well, Dunfermline managed a shock win at Celtic Park last season, but Celtic battered them twice here at East End Park, 4-0 and 8-1, and they also walloped them in the League Cup final as well. It is Celtic who kick us off on Craig Thompson's whistle. And Lee Naylor immediately seeking out Kenny Miller. Those two also played together for Wolves. And an early free kick for the champions and leaders.
Yeah, what we were saying before the game, Dunfermline don't tend to defend these balls into the box very well, and it's Nakamura on it straight away, putting pressure on the Dunfermline defence.
Kenny Miller hobbling. Shunsuke Nakamura standing over the free kick, and that's usually an ominous sight for opponents. Nakamura whipping it in, and it's eluded Jarosik and Balde as well, who was on the far post.
Yeah, but I think this is the first of many, and this is where Dunfermline need to get ahead on it. Need somebody in the defence to just go and attack that ball. Certainly today, because you have so many balls coming in the box from right and left.
Stephen Kenny had quite a weekend last weekend. Saw Dunfermline well beaten at Kilmarnock, but then popped over to Ireland and won the Cup with Derry on the Sunday. This could be awkward for Scott Wilson because Kenny Miller's closing in. The flag's gone up now. Of course, the assistant referee has to wait until Miller makes an attempt to go for the ball, hence the lateness of the flag.
Well, I think Wilson's lucky that the flag goes up, because I think he catches Miller, chases on, ball's a simple ball over the top. I think he just keeps his foot up there that bit too long. He stops Kenny Miller. You're going to have to be really wary of that one ball in behind for Kenny Miller. I think if they sit deep they'll stop that, but if they push up there's going to be a lot of space in behind.
Muirhead gets the throw off Mark Wilson, who made his return from injury in Copenhagen. Wilson, who joined from Dundee United at the start of the year, and has proved to be an excellent buy. Miller. "17 years have passed since Dunfermline beat Celtic at home. Another breezy day. Gordon Strachan won his first trophy as Celtic manager by beating Dunfermline in last season's League Cup final.
Yeah, the conditions today aren't great with the wind, but certainly a lot better than they were last week against the Rangers Falkirk game. Couldn't have got much worse than that. Certainly for defence today, with the ball flying around and in the breeze, it's going to be difficult.
Celtic's lead down to 13 points, but that could change over the next couple of hours. Dunfermline desperate not to be cast adrift at the bottom. There's already a 6-point gap. And here's Nakamura to test them. He's gone past Morrison easily. Muirhead with a firmer challenge. Poor clearance from Morrison though. And here's Jarosik. McGeady. His Naylor has been terrific since his arrival from Wolves. Labont. Darren O'Day rising above Stevie Crawford. Free kick for McGeady.
Yeah, it's a pretty frantic start. It's a foul on McGeady. Looking at the way that Dunfermline have set up, they've stuck Scott Muirhead a little bit further out wide and closer to Crawford up front. He's not too isolated up there. I think the idea is to get Muirhead as close to him as possibly can.
Well, Greg Shields has taken it away from his keeper, and Kenny Miller will secure a corner for Celtic.
And again, it's just one straight ball. It's causing all sorts of problems at the back. No communication.
Test here for De Vries and his defence. Greg Ross being told to move back a bit. See how bluster it is for the corner flag billowing. Ball's not quite staying still for Nakamura, who does have Aidan McGeady close by, but they will opt to float this straight in. Nakamura does do just that. It's Dakin who totally lost his way. Balde and Nagidi got in each other's way. Balde and Naylor rather. Muirhead.
There's a clear down for Dunfermline.
Yes, Craig Thompson having to check this out.
Greg Shields. I'm not sure if he actually ran into the post or if he took a sore one from the corner, which Nakamura played really well into the front post area. It looked like it was brave defending. Here he comes now, he's running into the front post area, he's trying to defend it. Yeah, it's against the post. Takes a sore one, probably on his side. He's going to be an important player for Dunfermline today, so pretty sure Stephen Kenny will want him to get up.
Well, Dunfermline have had virtually a whole team out injured all season, so this will be a concern for Stephen Kenny, the new boss. Later, you can vote for your Bank of Scotland Man of the Match by calling or texting, and if your choice turns out to be the same as Scott Booth and you're picked out as the winner, you will get a signed shirt from the Man of the Match himself.
The injury list at Dunfermline is horrendous. They've got a lot of strikers out, midfield players, a couple of players at the back. Scott Thompson, very influential, normally the captain as well. And certainly today they'll really need Greg Shields at the back there for organisation.
Well, certainly painful for the skipper. In his second spell at the club now, after spending time down south at Charlton. Who made an amazing save last weekend to Russell Anderson, an equaliser for Aberdeen. Yarosik. O'Day, just 19 years of age. Greg Shields is back on. Scott Wilson rising for that, but here is Miller. Miller claimed handball against Shields, but no one else did. Nakamura, needing assistance from Lennon, was caught by Greg Ross, and he's going to get a ticking off.
Yeah, that was a late one for Ross. The ball's miles away by the time he comes sliding in there. This is the one where Kenny Miller was claiming for a handball, and I think it does. First of all, hits Greg Shields' knee, and then he does use his arm just to kind of cushion the ball slightly.
Nakamura. Foul by Ross, who'd just been warned by Craig Thompson.
But we did say before the game that Dunfermline do need to be in Celtic's faces, and so far they've done that.
Yarosik. Kenny Miller. Here's Zuraski. Nervous times for Dunfermline. Nakamura. Oh, he's weaved his way through magically. Nakamura! Dunfermline living dangerously, but Scott Wilson dug it out.
That was great play from Nakamura and a great save as well from De Vries. And luckily it was a Dunfermline player there to clear it away.
Nakamura grounded again by Morrison then, but nothing going for the man from Japan. Gary Mason has Zarowski in close attendance. Nakamura. Here's McGeady. Miller waiting in the middle. Oh! Scott Wilson put a foot out. Neither he nor Miller made enough contact.
It's a great play from McGeady, and I just don't know how Miller couldn't get on the end of it.
Here's Neil Lennon. Miller. Celtic threatening in the early stages, as you might expect in this top visits bottom clash. Stevie Crawford would chase this, but Darren O'Day should get across. Muirhead wasn't far away from Boritz. Crawford. Ross. Morrison isn't going to get to that.
Well, again, it was a sublime piece of skill from Nakamura. He just gets a little bit of luck as well. Then he's trying to just go for that back post. It's a good save from De Vries. And this is where McGeady skips past. It's a great ball in between the defence and the goalkeeper, and I think Kenny Miller has to get on the end of that one.
8 games without a goal for Kenny Miller since he came on and got a winner at Kilmarnock. 5 goals in total. And despite his fantastic work rate, he would have fancied a few more than just 5 at this stage of the season.
Pretty sure, Ian, that you'll fancy a few today, along with Zarowski. You'll know they'll be getting chances, but that was, I think, a golden opportunity to go one up.
Lennon was pressured by Ross. Takin. Here's Yarosip. Has been caught late.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sore one. Again, the ball is well away. It takes a sore one.
And Gary Mason is given a warning.
That's exactly what we're seeing before the game as well. It's been Ross and now Mason. They're just making their presence felt in midfield. But I think Celtic have started the game really well. They've been up-tempo, good passing, and already created a few chances. Well, could have been 1 goal already for Kenny Miller. I think he sees it coming from a long way, and he should just guess that Scott Wilson's missing that there. That's what all good strikers should do. Think he's missing it, get your foot on the end of it.
Labont stumbled. Naylor. Crawford up against O'Day. Takin. Celtic dominant in the opening quarter of an hour.
But Dunfermline have kept it reasonably tight. They certainly haven't lost a goal yet. That'll be part of Stephen Kenny's game plan.
Mark Wilson hadn't advanced that far. Jarosik. Thomas Gravesen left on the bench by Celtic today. Kenny Miller. Went behind Nakamura. Scott Wilson. McGeady, quick and sharp. Steps inside Dakin. That's one way to clear it. Scott Wilson on his knees. O'Day, away by Shields. Zurawski. He actually did keep that in, but it's going to be retrieved by De Vries. And he had to try and hurdle the advertising ball.
Oh yeah, that looked a sore one. And all that just to keep the ball in for Dunfermline.
O'Day. Greg Shields and Scott Wilson being kept busy at the heart of Dunfermline's defence. This will be one of their quieter moments.
It's so difficult for Dunfermline. They're hassling and harrying, but they just know in the back of their minds that it only takes one chance. I'm sure that Stephen Kenny knows that. One good chance. If they do lose a goal, I feel like there might be an onslaught coming, but at the moment they're keeping it tight.
Celtic beat Dunfermline 1-0 when the teams met earlier in the season in Glasgow. They beat them 8-1 in their last visit here to East End Park. Wilson, Muirhead nipping in.
Yeah, Muirhead's another player that's putting himself about. He's up and down this left-hand side. He's got loads of energy, and he'll have to do this all day. I'd imagine after maybe 60-70 minutes, he will tire.
Crawford. Mason. Scott Morrison, who recently returned from a long injury. Zurawski. McGeady.
It's really cagey as well from Dunfermline. They're keeping a high line at the moment, but what that does mean is they're spacing behind for Kenny Miller, but their thinking is if they keep a high line, they keep it tight in midfield and don't allow Celtic too much space.
Stephen Simmons. Over towards Dakin. Lee Naylor will take charge of that and will get a free kick. Although he still managed to wriggle away. McGeady, Nakamura. Labont turns away from McGeady. Down the line by Ross, but it's covered by O'Day. So felt that it should have been Celtic's throw. It isn't.
He's had a really good start O'Day. He's vocal. He's already organising. He stepped in a couple of times. He really looks up for this.
His only previous start was against St Mirren in the League Cup, but he came on late on in Copenhagen for his Champions League debut midweek.
Yeah, it's not bad to have O'Day there, and you've obviously got Baldy, Caldwell, McManus, spoiled for choices in the central defensive area as Gordon Strachan.
McGeady. Blocked off by Shields. Sean Maloney still absent for Celtic through injury. It's been quite a tussle between him and McGeady for that role, and of course Derek Ryden wouldn't mind a sniff now and again either, but hasn't really had one.
got to feel that Riordan must be gutted to be sitting either on the bench or in the stand. I think he'll expect a lot more coming to Celtic.
Here's Kenny Miller. But not for long. Stuart Riordan again on the bench, and likewise Thomas Gravesen today. Very strong list of subs for Celtic. Pearson and Snow and Telfer also there, along with young Jim O'Brien.
Tell you what though, Ian, Dunfermline have stemmed the flow and they've kept it tight for 20. I think it's an important time now for them. They can't afford to get slack.
Right, Celtic have given it away. Dunfermline have never scored the first goal in a game this season. Muirhead unable to deliver. Nakamura in the way. Morrison, Crawford's flip blocked by the considerable frame of Bobo Balde. Boric looking to set Aidan McGeady on his way. Two players losing their footing on the slippery surface. It's raining quite heavily and it is quite windy, though not quite as bad as at Falkirk last week. Scott Wilson clambering over Kenny Miller. Plenty on that from Boritz, and Miller fell over after Shields challenged. McGeady back for Naylor. Cut out by Mason. 6 years at Dunfermline now. Gary Mason came from Manchester City. McGeady. Still going.
That's the point where Dunfermline have to try and keep it, get the ball up to Crawford, ask him to hold it for them and allow the defence in the midfield to get up.
Miller's pass goes astray. Midway through the first half, no goals in this bottom against top clash in the SPL. 32 points between these teams. Zurawski, who has a happy habit of scoring quite a lot against Dunfermline, especially here. Scored 4 times in that 8-1 win in February, and also got a couple in 4-0 success here earlier in that season. Dakin's cross, away by Wilson. Balde up towards Zurawski. McGeady. Nakamura's made a run, but here is Zurawski. And it's snuffed out by Wilson.
Yeah, what made that move was the run from Nakamura. Brilliant run, it took a couple of players away and allowed Zurawski a little bit of space.
O'Day returns it to Bobo Balde. Now Wilson. Jarosik saw Gary Mason coming. That's loose though. Dakin's going to pounce on it. Very casual from Jarosik Dakeen and Crawford. Big chance that for Dunfermline, and they might not get too many in this game.
No, I don't think they will. It was a good one. Firstly, a terrible pass from Jarosik. Didn't even look. Plays it across, and Dakeen steps in. He gets the ball across, and it's good play from Muirhead. He comes inside. Crawford ends up on his own, and he's got to keep that one down. He's got to get over it. At least hit the target and make Boric work.
Muirhead, away by Balde. Lennon for Nakamura. He came on as a sub in Copenhagen and nearly scored from long range. From where else?
We already have the shape of the game, Ian. Celtic happy to keep possession, know that they can create chances and they can take them. Dunfermline tight in midfield, hoping to release Muirhead and Dakeen in the wide areas.
Neil Lennon, back for Naylor, and now O'Day. A big day for the young Dubliner. Zurawski's offside, free kick for Dunfermline. Next up for Gordon Strachan, Paul Le Guen and Rangers at Ibrox, Tanta Sports 1. Next Sunday, we kick off at 11 o'clock. Naylor, a real success story. Not too many Celtic fans knew much about him when he arrived, but they've certainly taken to him. He has delivered some tempting, teasing crosses to go with his defending. Mason. Morrison, Muirhead. Simmons trying to get involved, but held up by Balde. Simmons again. Muirhead, and that's a corner off Wilson.
Yeah, Ian, it has to be said that Dunfermline are keeping the ball a lot better than they have done in the games that I've seen them anyway this season.
Wilson and Shields are up for this, obviously. Simmons takes the corner. Muirhead was about to volley that back in until Zurawski intervened. Muirhead does get it in now, off the head of Wilson. Miller will have to chase his own ball here, but rest assured he will. Helped on by Dakeen, but it's gone the wrong side of Crawford. This time last week, Dunfermline were already 4-1 down at Kilmarnock in their game. Flurry of goals in the first half hour, but no goals so far here.
Yeah, it's the first thing a new manager must do when he comes into a side who lose too many goals. Strengthen at the back, make sure there's no individual errors, work on things defensively in training. I'm sure that's what Stephen Kenny's been doing.
Nakamura, usually a joy to watch. Here's Zurawski. Not much joy for him. Stevie Crawford. Gary Mason. Dakeen has made a run. Crawford and Ross rushing to get into the box. Dakeen's got a bit to do yet, but he's done it. He's delivered superbly. And it's gone away from Crawford, and Ross can't get to it.
I think Crawford feels there's a chance. It's great play from Dakeen. Running at the left side this time. He cuts across, and that's a great ball in. Boric thinks about coming and doesn't, but I just think that in that area, Stevie Crawford should bank on going for the ball, go win it, ask questions later.
Stephen Simmons kicked the ball at himself then. Jarosik. Naylor. Celtic looking for that breakthrough. Nakamura. McGeady offside. Kenny Miller. It's not going to count. The flag is up.
It's not going to count, but it's the way through. Nice little 1-2s. Nice triangle here into McGeady. Miller onside, not offside. Timed his run really well, and he sees it there. He was sure he was onside. He's looking across the line. And that goal should have counted.
And he could have done with that. The goals haven't exactly been flowing lately for Kenny Miller.
For me, that's on line with the defence, and pretty sure that means that you're onside.
McGeady. It was harsh on Celtic, but they might be in here or offside again. Flags up once more. Vince Naylor had advanced.
Here we go, as when the pass is played, and Kenny Miller is definitely at least on line, maybe even a foot or two onside. He takes it well with his left foot. It's a good first touch. Diffuse, no chance. He can't believe it because he's looking along the line and he sees that he's onside.
Yeah, he knew. Gordon Strachan inside, foiled by the flag. Darren O'Day stops that. Balvey. Wilson. O'Day. Jarosik again. Given away by Jarosik. Does that a little too often.
He just doesn't look comfortable taking the ball with someone at his back, with his back to play. In that situation, he should just be holding the ball up, keeping possession. And that's twice now he's given it away.
Crawford. Dakeen chasing, but O'Day across. And he's actually caught Dakeen. That'll be a free kick.
Muirhead and Dakeen started really well in this game. Pressurising Naylor and Wilson whenever they can. Running long for the cause, and that's one thing that Dunfermline have done since the start of this game, is work really hard.
Well, a big chance here for Dunfermline to make an impression. Scott Morrison's left foot will deliver, but it's going to go over everyone's head, including Crawford at the far stick. Later you can call or text to vote for your man of the match, and if you agree with Scott Booth and you're picked out as the winner, you'll get a signed shirt from the Bank of Scotland man of the match. Those are the numbers. Simmons, who was at Celtic Boys Club. LeBont unable to keep that in. Zurawski. McGeady finding some room. Dunfermline remain on the back foot. This is O'Day. It's going to reach Nakamura. Didn't have much trouble bringing that under control. Jarosik steaming in and tipping Simmons to it. Muirhead gets involved. Now Crawford. Given away by Morrison. Nakamura for Neil Lennon. Kenny Miller ahead of him. Miller's in! And De Vries has got an amazing touch on that to turn it over, and he still can't score, Kenny Miller.
Dunfermline can't afford to give slack passes away in those areas. And Celtic almost capitalised. A great run from Kenny Miller across the face of the defence. And De Vries stands up tall and he gets a hand to it. But look at the way that he just angles his run. Can't quite finish it. I've been watching Kenny Miller since the start of the game and he's been phenomenal. His work rate, he's been sprightly, his movement. He's had chances. He should have had a goal that was onside but given offside. He's been great so far in opening 35 minutes.
Nakamura into the mix, and that's flashed wide for another corner. Close one for Jarosik and co.
Well, it's a good leap from Jarosik. He out jumps. Oh, I think it's actually Greg Shields that gets a touch on it.
Nakamura has to switch from one side to the other to send this in. More concern here for Dunfermline as the wind seems to get a little bit stronger. The striker's got something to say, as usual. Need a rugby-style divot here. And the gale force wins. Nakamura. Neil Lennon. Kenny Miller. Floated in by Miller, down by Balde, and it was Darren O'Day turning, and that would have been some story for the 19-year-old making his first start in the SPL.
It was almost some finish. It was a really deep cross play then from Kenny Miller. Balde gets it, look at his first touch, and he just turns and hits it on his knee, left foot, turn, hit it, trying to go for the back post. Just a couple of yards out.
Miller. It's a foul on Zurawski by Scott Wilson, and it's going to be a yellow card for Scott Wilson.
Well, it's difficult now for him. You can't do that, you can't come in from the back. Rightly so, a yellow card can be so dangerous for the striker if he comes through him. That makes it difficult for Wilson for the rest of this match.
Lennon for Miller. Miller as hungry as ever after having that goal wrongly ruled out. Nakamura. Wilson stooped, sent back by Jarosik. Zurawski, Bobo Balde still up there. McGeady. Nakamura. Zurawski's touch for McGeady. Enterprising football. McGeady trying to give Dunfermline the run around. He has given the run around, McGeady. Miller, Zurawski, great block from Wilson. Turning the screw though, it's McGeady again. Nakamura leaves it for Lennon. Here's Balde. On by Jarosik, Miller. Jarosik again, firmly struck, but straight at De Vries.
That's just good play all round. Good defending from Dunfermline. Enterprising play from Celtic, finishing off a decent strike from Jarosik. But initially from McGeady, unbelievable.
Inside the last 5 minutes of the first half. And it remains goalless.
I think the way that Celtic started this game and have continued to play at pace, they were trying to get an early goal and maybe kill the game off, but that's not what's happened. Dunfermline have stuck by it. They've worked really, really hard and they've defended well.
Given away by Nakamura. Here's Crawford. Nakamura will get it back. Dunfermline haven't kept a clean sheet at home since last March, and I suspect they have a fair bit of work to do yet this afternoon if they are to keep Celtic at bay. Wilson's throw. Neil Lennon nearby, Nakamura nearby, so Zarowski's going to have to take the throw in soon. Lennon. Crawford. Suddenly saw Hugo Balde. Naylor. Offside, Kenny Miller.
Also a few moments ago, and I'll never get tired of watching Aidan McGeady in this form. Just brilliant to watch. Quick feet. So difficult to defend against. LeBlanc thinks he's going inside. Oh, no, he's not. He's going outside. Gets the ball across, causing all sorts of problems. Again, he's on it. 2 men on him this time. Goes to the byline, cut back, keeps his feet just about, and lays it off. Great play from Aidan McGeady.
Neil Lennon gets a free kick, much to the dismay of the Dunfermline fans. Wilson down the line for Zarowski. It's come off Gary Mason.
Sounds unusual, Ian, but 0-0 with Dunfermline at half-time, but I'm pretty sure that Gordon Strachan will be happy with the way his team are playing.
Time fast approaching. Strachan hoping to emulate Martin O'Neill by winning titles in his first 2 seasons in charge. It's certainly looking good for him at the moment. 13 points clear at the top. Hearts shooting themselves in the foot, and Rangers not quite good enough to keep up.
Yeah, and today's been a real test of their professionalism. They've had that in spades. A real hunger to win this game from Celtic. Mark Wilson taking a late one from Muirhead. But he's done that all first half. He's got close. He's tried to give his team an out as well in the wide area. It's a good first half.
He escaped with just a warning. 45 minutes almost up. Going to be just a single minute added on. Darren O'Day runs into Dakin, and Lee Naylor's lost it to Dakin. Nobody in the box though at all for Dunfermline.
Yeah, it was just a square pass again, this time from Nakamura. gets cut out.
Kenny Miller gets a free kick. As we move in to the 1 minute of added on time in this first half. McGeady up against Labont. Labont slides in, McGeady will accept the corner kick, and this may well be the last chance for Celtic to score in the first half. Shunsuke Nakamura delivers. Here's Kenny Miller back into the mix, and Darren O'Day in there again, determined to get on the score sheet. Vastly frustrating first half for Gordon Strachan and Gary Pendry, in the sense that they haven't yet scored despite their possession.
Yeah, but I'm sure he'll be happy with the hunger that his players have shown after the Copenhagen match, and Stephen Kenny will be delighted that it's 0-0. I'm sure he'll want it to be that way at the end of the match.
It is half-time. Kenny Miller foiled by a flag. His goal ruled out. Celtic huffing and puffing, but it remains goalless. And we'll hear what Alex McLeish and Craig Burley think of it all next with Rob. Half-time at East End Park, Dunfermline 0, Celtic 0. And averaged over 4 goals a game in the process, but they haven't been able to find one today. Not for the want of trying, though. And Gordon Strachan will be feeling that his side may be due a break in front of goal in this game. Celtic relentlessly marching towards another title. They won 11 games in a row before they went to Hibs. They look in no mood to budge, and a victory today would restore a 16-point lead over Rangers and Aberdeen. It's Dunfermline, though, who start the second half, looking to keep in touch with the teams just above them. 6 points adrift at the bottom at the moment. They won't want that gap to widen too much.
Yeah, especially when they have to play against St Mirren, Inverness, Cali Thistle and Motherwell in the next 3 weeks. Anything at all from this game would be vitally important for them and give them a real boost.
Zurawski for McGeady. Could be a dangerous time early in the second half for Dunfermline. McGeady for Jarosik. He sets it up for Neil Lennon. Well, 2 of his 3 Celtic goals have actually come against Dunfermline.
Well, you could feel the Celtic fans willing Lennon to hit this, and it was good initial play from McGeady, and Jarosik just sets up Lennon. He's thinking about it. It was nowhere near on target.
An early second half corner. Shunsuke Nakamura takes it. Kenny Miller stretching.
Yeah, it was a decent ball in the wind. It was Miller that got up the highest, but the shot before that and then the block from Dunfermline in defence, that epitomises their play so far in this game. Just throwing themselves in front of the ball, anything at all to stop it from going in the back of the net.
Celtic's last 4 goals in the SPL have been scored by substitutes, so maybe they need to bring someone on to change the picture here. Early for that yet.
And opposite to that as well, Ian, is that Dunfermline are the lowest scorers in the SPL, and you can see that today. Okay, they are playing one up front, it makes it very difficult, but you do feel that Celtic may score at some point in this game, and that means that they'll have to reply.
Simmons rising. Seemed to come off the arm of O'Day, not that he knew much about it. Nakamura. Muirhead and Morrison both lose out. Dunfermline persistent, and Stevie Crawford will chase the pass but it's a little bit too long, and Boritz collects it.
Yeah, it was a poor ball and a good chance for Dunfermline.
An opportunity here for Kenny Miller. Here's McGeady. McGeady, good effort! He's found a way through! Aidan McGeady opens the scoring for Celtic early in the second half.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. He's been phenomenal since the start of this game. I have been punning about him, and this is why. It's a great run to start with. No real danger here, though. Kenny Miller gets on the ball. Dunfermline get themselves back. He feeds it back into McGeady. At this point, it's one-on-one. You just know he's turning inside, and he's going for the back post. It just bounces in front of De Vries. I think it puts him off slightly. It's a skipping bounce in front of him. Just comes up too far, you have to say, though. De Vries, you must get a hand to it, but don't take anything away from that finish. Third goal of the season. Has been dangerous in this match.
Yes, De Vries, the keeper, won't be happy with his part in that, but Aidan McGeady has struck for Celtic, and after a frustrating first half, which they mainly dominated, it hasn't taken them long to get going in the second half.
Well, we talked about at half-time, Ian, that what would be the chances of having been so tight in the first half, Dunfermline coming out and within a few minutes losing a goal. That's what's happened. It's down to concentration, getting men back, and he didn't do that enough. It was one-on-one with McGeady, and at times in the first half with Nakamura, McGeady, and with Miller it was 2-on-1. They were doubling up, and that time they didn't do it.
And for once, Celtic didn't need a substitute to score a goal for them. Will there be more to come from Celtic? Let's come off Lee Naylor.
Well, now it's all about response. What does Dunfermline do? Can they change it? Do they keep playing the way they're going for the next 20-25 minutes? Stay with the same tactics and keep it tight and hope they can sneak one? Does Stephen Kenny try and change things around a little bit?
That goal from McGeady coming just over 3 minutes into the second half. Darren O'Day, competent display in his first league start. He's had a couple of sniffs of goal as well. 19 years of age, from Dublin. Yarosek. Scott Wilson. Straight to Neil Lennon. Greg Ross got stuck in. Mason now for Muirhead. Morrison on the overlap. Muirhead will deliver though. Boritz able to claim that. Keeping a watchful eye on it in the strong wind. Lee Naylor making up a lot of ground. Zarashki. Well, Celtic have scored in every league game this season. And although Dunfermline kept them at bay in that first half, Stephen Kenny's side behind very early in the second half. Dunfermline desperate to get some of their injured players back, and there should be a different proposition when they do. Actually a whole side sidelined so far this season.
Yeah, and it's not just short-term injuries, it's long-term injuries. You have to think that maybe they were doing something wrong over the last couple of years, because it's been year after year that's happened.
Simmons. Muirhead. Dakin. Here's Ross. Mason tried to flick, but that run brought to an end by Balde.
Kenny Miller was really unlucky there. It was clever play. He knew that if he out-jumped Wilson, he had the pace to beat him. Just about got away with it.
Another loose ball, and Yarosek will give it to Nakamura. Wilson joining the attack, but held up by a slide from Muirhead. Wilson broke a bone in his foot against Manchester United at Old Trafford and has only just returned. Wilson, Sarafsky, Miller can't keep it in.
Well, he was good in the first half, but right from the start of the second half he comes off the traps really quickly, but De Vries sees that coming. I think he should be stopping it. McGeady was only going to be going to one corner. He's trying to bend it in the back, and he executed it really well, but De Vries, after having such a good first half, I think lets his side down on that one.
Well, it's a deserved lead for Celtic, who played some tidy football in that first half, without managing a breakthrough. Morrison, Muirhead, Wilson steps in.
As I was saying earlier, Ian, I did feel that Celtic could score in this match. It's about whether Dunfermline can reply. As yet, they've only had one chance from Stevie Crawford. They need to try and create something.
It's not exactly a venue that holds much fear for Celtic. They're unbeaten in 21 visits here in the league, stretching back 17 years. In fact, Dunfermline's last 4 wins over Celtic have all been at Celtic, including last season, but Celtic certainly got their revenge for that, with that 8-1 thumping here.
Yeah, it's about taking a chance now, Dunfermline, but not too much. You don't want to leave yourself open at the back. Once the game opens up, you really fancy the pace of Celtic.
Nakamura on his way, Zaraski to his right. Here's the pole. Wilson skips past Morrison. Lennon, Gary Mason sliding in on Nakamura.
Yes, good harrying once again from Dunfermline. They haven't stopped, they're working hard. They want to stay as close to Celtic in this game as they can.
Nakamura, it's gone out. Dunfermline throw. Held up by Crawford, Simmons nearby. Free kick for Celtic. Only Benfica have stopped Gordon Strachan's side from scoring this season. A win here, and they would be yet again a sweet 16 points clear at the top. And of course, next week they go to Rangers. Nakamura. McGeady. Keane forcing McGeady back, but tripping him. Free kick. Naylor. Here's McGeady, who was Celtic's best player in the first few months of the season. Strongman only got back into the team when he was out, injured. Here's Wilson. Free kick against Muirhead.
Yeah, it was obstruction. Muirhead not even looking at the ball. Cuts across. Mark Wilson. The benefit of having pace on either side for your full-backs. Naylor uses it well, and so does Mark Wilson. And it's a dangerous area for Nakamura to swing it in.
What can Nakamura pick out? Bobo Balde. Wasn't easy for him. Shook off his marker. Scott Wilson thought he was fouled actually by Balde.
Yeah, you can watch him at the back post here. Wilson, Balde just puts his arm across Wilson and catches him near his jaw. But both players are at it. But Balde has to try and keep that one down. It's a decent ball in from Nakamura. I wouldn't want to mess with him. He's a strong player. I think Wilson came off worst on that occasion.
McGeady. Nakamura. Kenny Miller moves away to the right. Wilson behind him. Wilson's throw. Saraski couldn't keep hold of it. And Lee Naylor out of position now as DeKeane rolls away, but Neil Lennon's come across typically.
Yeah, not just Lennon, you had McGeady back there as well. Naylor out of position. You've got your teammates filling in for you. Lennon getting across, doing really well.
O'Day. Celtic without their first choice centre-halves today. Gary Caldwell and Stephen McManus both injured. But they are up against the lowest scorers in the league. Offside here against Stevie Crawford. Approaching the hour mark at East End Park. Aidan McGeady's strike early in the second half. He eluded De Vries. You can vote for your man of the match by calling or texting later. Those are the numbers. And if you choose the same as Scott Booth does, and you're picked out as the winner, you'll get a signed shirt from the Bank of Scotland man of the match.
It has been said that Celtic are maybe not playing quite as fluidly as they did last season, but the reason they're winning games is they have individual brilliance from all over the field. Players like McGeady and also Maloney when he's playing, Nakamura, Miller's chipped in with 5, Zaraski's chipped in. And I think that's the difference that Gordon Strachan does have from all different areas of the park goals.
Celtic didn't hang about last season in wrapping up the title. It looks like it could be a similar story this season. When they've had to grind it out this season, they have done just that, but this hasn't really been one of those occasions. They've always been in control.
It is credit to Dunfermline, because I think this is one of the best games I've seen Celtic play this season.
Here's Nakamura. Kenny Miller looking to turn provider, and Zaraski, who does score a few against Dunfermline, couldn't turn it in.
Yeah, it's great movement again from Celtic. Nakamura working his way a little 1-2 in midfield, spreads out to Miller, the wide area, and he plays it in between the goalkeeper and defence. Difficult ball to defend. Wilson tries to, Zaraski just can't get enough on it.
McGeady. Lennon. Nakamura popping it back to Darren O'Day. Sent back by Shields. And DeKeane trying to get to this. Lee Naylor gives Boric a really awkward one.
Yeah, and it was blowing about in the wind. He didn't fancy it too much. It's one of those where you try and play it, certainly don't play it on target with a goal, you play it to the side of the goal. It made it difficult for Boric.
Shields launching it and misjudged by Wilson, and now Muirhead. Can he deliver? He might do more than that, he might go for it himself. Scott Muirhead.
That's a decent ball into a wide area. Wilson mistimes it, and Muirhead does so well, he cuts inside, everything right, just has to pick out a player. He's miles away from that one, it's on his weaker right foot. Initially, great play to cut inside of Mark Wilson. He looks up, he's going for the back post, but he just can't execute it with that right foot. And he's none too pleased.
Jarosik allowed to get on with it, advantage played. McGeady chasing with Labonte, and McGeady, you won't be surprised to notice, he's got there first. Lee Naylor sends it in towards Miller, turned away by Shields. Here's Nakamura. Wilson. Zurawski, closely watched by Scott Wilson. And Hobo Barley wrestling Crawford out the way. Nakamura. It's McGeady trying to help it on to Miller.
Well, at the moment, Dunfermline are just holding on. Celtic still keeping the pace of this match up. Looking for that second goal, which would surely kill it off.
Stephen Kenny enjoyed considerable success with Derry. They took care of Gretna in Europe this season and Gothenburg before narrowly losing out to Paris Saint-Germain. Europe, a far cry from Dunfermline minds at the moment. They just want to make sure that they stay in the SPL. That's the most important matter. Wilson's cross. Oh, Labonte, not too sure. Zurawski. Jarosik has lost it to Ross. Crawford going the wrong way, Morrison going the right way. But unable to link up with his former Aberdeen teammate Muirhead down that left side.
Looking at the bench for Dunfermline, see Burchill and Maguire. Two experienced players, but you just don't know how fit they are. Not many choices for Stephen Kenny.
Neil Lennon and Greg Ross exchanging words. Free kick has gone to Celtic.
Slips. Yep, slides in. The stud showing.
Neil Lennon had every right to have a pop there.
And he's been good again today, and he's allowed the rest of his teammates to flow and to go forward, knowing that he's there to tidy up for them.
McGeady. Jarosik. Here is Lennon. Deals with McGeady, but typically he came back for more. And that was a late one by Dakin on Naylor. And a free kick in a useful position here for the champions.
Yeah, there's been one or two of these from Dakin. Been getting stuck in. But it's late against Naylor. And more importantly, it's a really good area for Nakamura with his left foot.
Can Celtic score a second? Midway through the second half. In the swirling wind and rain. Nakamura in towards Miller. Lennon pops it back. Oh, great turn, Zurawski! 7 goals in 3 visits to East End Park. He loves this place. Celtic sitting pretty on a 2-0 lead.
Well, this finish is just sheer class. Initially a ball into Miller in the front post. He just goes a bit too early, but look at that pass from Neil Lennon, and his first touch, Zaraski's first touch is great. Lennon takes it, sees it coming down, first time ball in, Zaraski back to goal, gets his turn, keeps it down, no chance for De Vries. It's a lovely ball in from Lennon, first touch is great, turns Shields, he's got no chance, he's sitting so deep, but that is what Zaraski does best.
Number 8 of the season for Zaraski. He got 4 on this ground in February when Celtic won 8-1, and he got 2 here on their other visit last season. So no great surprise that the Polish striker should be on the score sheet again.
It's an important goal as well, Inks. It more or less ties this game up for Celtic. That's off the back of coming on against Aberdeen last week, scoring the winning goal. He gets important goals, Zaraski. He hasn't had many chances in this game, maybe one half chance. It's a mark of a good striker. He knew exactly what he was doing there.
Zaraski's 28th goal in 54 games for Celtic. Can he argue with that? Here's McGeady. McGeady giving Labonte a torrid time. He sneaks it across and Gary Mason had to intercept.
With all respect to Labonte, I'm pretty sure he's dizzy by now. It must be a nightmare to defend against the quick feet of Aidan McGeady, especially when you're one-on-one.
Lee Naylor's long throw. Nakamura. Darren O'Day has a swing at it. It's about his 3rd attempt on goal today.
Yeah, O'Day's played well in this match. Not only defensively, but he's popped up 3 or 4 times in this area. I'm not scared to have a go at it. Again, look at the quick feet from McGeady and Labonte. He's not exactly sure which way he's going, doesn't know which way he's going. It's a clever little ball into the front post. And mopped up by Mason, but McGeady's played so well in this match.
Mark Birchall is going to come on against his former club. One-time bright young thing in Glasgow's East End. Birchall, one of several players, gradually making their way back after long spells out. Nakamura. Celtic hungry for more goals. Although they're virtually home and dry now, although maybe dry is not quite the word to use on a day like this. Naylor. Miller, who deserves a goal today, had one wrongly chalked off in the first half for offside. Next up for Celtic, it's only Rangers. We start at 11 o'clock next Sunday morning on Setanta Sports 1, live from Ibrox. Birchall and Maguire will be on soon for Dunfermline. Maguire, another coming back from injury. Here's Labonte.
I feel like maybe Stephen Kenny's going to go 3 at the back. Try and get something out of this game, at least try and make Celtic think a little bit defensively. As yet that's not happened. You really just have to go for it now.
Simmons sprayed it towards Muirhead. Up against Mark Wilson. Wants a bit of help from Scott Morrison, but out it went. And that will be the cue for this double change. Dakeen's going off, and on comes the former Celtic striker Mark Birchall. And Phil Maguire, once of Aberdeen, is also coming on in place of other ex-Aberdeen man Scott Morrison.
And they were the 2 players I mentioned earlier, and you're not sure exactly how fit these players are, but with about 20 minutes left to play, they might just get a spark, especially from Birchall. It gives Crawford someone to play up front with. Maguire is a good central defender. may allow them to go to 3 at the back.
Well, Dunfermline goal would certainly make it interesting, but Celtic... Well, there's always a chance they might add to their 2 goals. Derek Ryden is going to make a fleeting appearance from the bench for Celtic, and Thomas Gravison could be coming on too. Derek Ryden has only made 2 appearances from the bench in the SPL for Celtic this season. He's going to get a quarter of an hour or so here. He will be so eager to impress in that short space of time.
How demoralising is that Gravison and Riordan come off the bench for Celtic and you're 2-0 down?
Yes, it shows the strength in depth at Celtic. Really strong bench today. And of course, Maloney and Venagora Hesselink and Caldwell and McManus are all out.
Well, so far Dunfermline have stuck with the 4 at the back. Just push Burchill alongside Crawford.
Kenny Miller. Well, Bond didn't know much about it hitting his hand. McGeady. Miller. Zaraski. Neil Lennon.
Well, he's given it a go. It's 2 shots on goal. Well, 2 shots off target, but he's trying to get on the end of things.
So Derek Ryden, remember him, makes a fleeting appearance in place of Shinsuke Nakamura. Ryden, who scored 20 goals for Hibs last season, but has really got a look in, given a very warm reception by the Celtic fans. Some of whom have been desperate for him to get a chance, but where do you fit him in the team? That's the problem. Gordon Strachan spoiled for choice, and Thomas Gravison, left on the bench today, is going to take the place of Zaraski, who scored the second.
Yeah, Zaraski's goal. Great player with his back to goal. He gets the turn on Shields and he puts it away.
Zaraski has scored 8 goals in 6 matches against Dunfermline. Bet they can't wait to see him again. Here is Ryden. Undoubted talent.
Yeah, but it's not the easiest team to fill the boots of Nakamura, who I think's played really well again today. Link-up play was fantastic.
It's going to bounce away from Ryden, who has taken the place of Nakamura, with Adrian McGeady going over to the right.
The problem is for Riordan that when he comes on, and he's only on for 15 minutes, he feels like he's got to do something spectacular. So he tries things that he maybe wouldn't do normally. He feels that 15 minutes is maybe not enough for any player to really show what they're going to do, and he should just relax a little bit and play his own football.
Owen Morrison, who's been in the team lately, is going to come on for Dunfermline. Scott Wilson gets it back from Mason. Simmons for Ross. Screened by Gravison. Wilson. Unlucky, just skipped away from Mason.
Yeah, it was the right idea from Wilson and a good run from Mason. And that's the thing, if Dunfermline can just sneak a goal or get close to it, just might make Celtic think a little bit.
Owen Morrison scored against the Rangers here this season. Can he repeat the feat against the other half of the old firm? Scott Muirhead is the man who's gone off. And that will be a straight swap. Morrison gets his first touch. Neil Lennon keeping up. Doing a bit more than keeping up, in fact. Lennon for Jarosik. Taken away by McGeady. Burchill chasing this, but Darren O'Day not troubled. Gravison for Ryden. Pushed by Mason.
saw McGeady losing the ball a couple of minutes ago, and probably the first time in the match, and Lennon gave him some stick for it. Even 2-0 up with 30 minutes to go.
Gravison. Naylor. Ryden. Simmons. Switching it to Morrison. Maguire. It's come off. Morrison. Gordon Strachan Celtic ready to rack up yet another victory. And set to restore that 16-point chasm at the top of the table. Lee Naylor. He's put a few of those in over the past few months. Frustrated with that one though.
He's been a good player for Celtic this season. Certainly offers so much going forward. His delivery is great. He's also a good defender first and foremost.
Naylor. Miller. Jarosik. Ryden up against Levant. Ryden has won that duel. Naylor. Not one of his better attempts again.
Yeah, and again, Lennon screaming at him. He wanted the ball played inside. Wants to keep possession. Played really well today. He has done exactly that for Celtic.
Celtic won 11 games in a row in the SPL until they went to Hibs. They were a little fortunate, to say the least, to escape with a point that day at Easter Road. But that is the mark of champions. They bounce back by beating Aberdeen, and they might be, well, they'll be hoping they'll be off on another winning streak here, especially with the trip to Ibrox to come next weekend. Ryden. Naylor. Jarosik. Given away. Crawford. Owen Morrison. A tangle with Wilson, who dealt with it admirably. Gravison.
Yes, now keep ball for Celtic. Hoping to drag Dunfermline out and then catch them in behind.
Naylor for Gravison. Naylor runs onto it. And Miller stumbles, but the ball had gone in the wrong side of him anyway. Levant. Ross. Levant, former Newcastle youngster. Gary Mason, once of Manchester City. Mason setting up Crawford here. Birchall and Simmons have got themselves into the middle. Crawford gets a second chance, and two Celtic players collided then. And Craig Thompson blew his whistle because of his head injuries, but Dunfermline were about to have a pop at goal.
Yeah, but the referee gets it right. He has to stop the game. This is what it happens. It's Crawford in the ball and he checks back inside. He plays the cross with his left foot. And there you go. Clash of heads. The referee has to stop the game. He's got no choice.
Darren O'Day and Neil Lennon were on a collision course, and certainly, judging by the state of O'Day there, there's no questioning that Craig Thompson did the right thing. Not much protection on that head.
It certainly looks hard enough though.
It does that. It looks a lot more concerning though for Darren O'Day.
Yeah, it's always dangerous running into each other, and I think it's good play from the referee to stop the game. You understand that Dunfermline players will look at to try and get a shot off, but more important that the players are safe and well.
Well, they're both up on their feet now. Darren O'Day, nothing his captain. They'll both have to go off whilst play resumes, and this is going to be interesting, right on the edge of the area. The Dunfermline fans are furious, but it's a drop ball that comes to nothing. Last chance to vote for your Bank of Scotland man of the match. Call or text, and if your choice agrees with Scott Blues and you're picked out as the winner, you'll get a signed shirt from the man of the match himself. The day's back on. Lennon is still off getting treatment. Here's Mason. Morrison, Maguire, Mason, away by Yarisic. Dunfermline trying to make the most of not having Neil Lennon pestering them at the moment. He's still getting treatment. Morrison. Going to be a corner.
You have to say that it's not the ideal result for Dunfermline, but it is encouraging. The performance has been a lot better in recent weeks.
The captain waiting to return, but waiting for an OK from Craig Thompson. Dunfermline snatch a goal here to set up a frantic final few minutes. Stephen Simmons. Ryden, could be a breakout here. Thomas Gravison and Kenny Miller are racing forward. Can Miller find Gravison? Nope. O'Day's up and under. Will go all the way through to De Vries. Got wind and rain, time for a bit of snow. Evander is going to come on for the last few minutes. Offside, Birchall. They wanted it earlier.
Yeah, and the Celtic defence held the line well. Birchall just trying to get in behind. That's been a key area that Dunfermline have failed in this afternoon, not getting in behind enough. It's just a yard too far the wrong side.
Evander Snow, who's scored to spark Celtic's recovery at Hibs recently, is going to come on for Yuri Yarisic in a mo. Yarisic for Neil Lennon. Derek Ryden. Oh, he's got it back to Miller. Yarisic. Gravison. It's a good block from Maguire. Here comes that change. Gordon Strachan giving Evander Snow some instructions to see this game out. Yuri Yarisic trudging off.
Again, it's not been the best performance from Jarosik. He's given the ball away on numerous occasions today. He has worked hard and he looks pretty tired there, but Snow is coming on to shore things up in midfield.
Couple of minutes to go of normal time. Birchall's touch. Bobo Balde in Crawford's way. Ryden just got away from Levant. Gary Mason comes across though, trying to edge him out. Craig Thompson sees nothing wrong. Ryden desperate to make the most of his brief run out here. There's only going to be a minute added on we here, so Celtic closing in on yet another victory.
Yeah, it has to be said, it's been a really professional performance from Celtic. They kept a high tempo in the game. Gordon Strachan realised it wasn't going to be easy against Dunfermline. It has turned out that way.
Well, they met their match against Hibs the other week, but not many other teams are able to stop Celtic marching towards another title. Next up, of course, the Rangers at Ibrox next weekend. Morrison, corner kick. But the 90 minutes almost up. Time is not on Dunfermline's side. Just a single minute then. Added on. Morrison floats it in. Stephen Simmons nearly connected with that. Nearly, but not quite.
It's a real chance, Ian. It's a free header.
Ross pops it back in, Balde commanding. Screwed away by Naylor, and that's come off Birchall. So Dunfermline are going to stay 6 points adrift at the bottom, but one or two of their injured players coming back over the next couple of weeks, and one or two back today with Birchall and Maguire. And a few promising signs for them. Celtic, though, relentless in their pursuit of the championship.
It's what happens over the next 3 weeks for Dunfermline that's going to be key to their season, I think.
Owen Morrison. Whistle about to go. Morrison. Ross, and is it going to be flicked in by Stephen Simmons? Yes, it is. Simmons scores, but it's probably come too late for Dunfermline.
Well, he had a chance a few minutes ago, direct from the corner. He's gambled, gets himself in the box. It's a decent ball in as well. It's a good cut back. He tries to flick behind him, gets a bit of luck, and it falls back to him again. Just comes off Balde, scrambles it over the line. It's no more than a consolation for Dunfermline.
Yes, that was the last action. Stephen Simmons wants a Celtic boys club with that goal right at the end, but the Celtic men's club, under the guidance of Gordon Strachan, restore their 16-point lead at the top of the table, and Neil Lennon and Aidan McGeady squaring up, and Lennon thumping McGeady then and pushing him away. And having to be restrained.
I've got no idea what that's about. Is it about giving the ball away? Is it about not listening to Lennon? He certainly squared up. Don't know where that came from. Not what you want to see from your team after a win, and certainly not what you want to see from a team that's going in against Rangers next week.
Well, 16 points clear at the top, but Neil Lennon obviously has high standards, and McGeady on the receiving end of his captain's fury there.
Here it is. You square up and tell you what, Neil Lennon is not happy. I think it's back chat from McGeady that really riles Lennon.
And that from a team who are 16 points clear at the top of the table. It was McGeady who opened the scoring early in the second half in a match that Celtic were always in control of. The goal was inevitable, really. It just took a while to come. And then Duraski, who has a habit of scoring against Dunfermline, turned terrifically. Dunfermline got one back right at the end from Stephen Simmons, too late really to bother Celtic, but it certainly bothered Neil Lennon, who furiously reacted to Aidan McGeady, and that's a big talking point from the champions and the champions to be. It ends here. Dunfermline 1, Celtic 2.
There's live German football now on Setanta Sports 2. Schalke looking to go back level with Werder Bremen, who hammered Eintracht Frankfurt 6-2 yesterday at the top of the Bundesliga.
Gordon, is that the best that Celtic have played for a while?
No, I thought my back four were good. I thought Darren was excellent. You know, I really did. And Willow's come back, done nothing wrong. Fullbacks were good. Bob were excellent. Further forward, I thought we were lax at times. We had loads of possession of the game, and we're not under any real great pressure at any time apart from the last couple of minutes. So we're used to the ball wasn't great. You know, I think we got any good possessions, but we're used to the ball wasn't great at the moment. But we just have to fight through that until we get that right.
Seemed to come out the traps very fast today. Was that something you spoke about before the game?
We did. We said that, you know, Dunfermline will be hoping that we can give them some sort of sign of weakness in their team, whether it's, you know, taking them lightly or not being 100% in terms of effort. So I think we showed great respect to Dunfermline. We did, and I just feel we could have finished the game a lot earlier than we did.
Difficult conditions to play football, a swirling wind and a bit of a sticky pitch, but you pass the ball well at times.
Yeah, it looked like we were about to have some good moves, but let's let ourselves down badly. We watched a bit of the Falkirk game last week. You know, Falkirk, you know, were brave in the ball. They passed the ball well, and these horrendous, worse than it was today. So that was, you know, we took a lot from that game.
You spoke about Darren O'Day before the game, and you must have been pleased with the composure that he showed coming into the first team today.
Oh, I'm delighted for him. I'm absolutely. He's a wonderful kid, and I thought his decision making, when to get ready, when to play, I thought it was fantastic. I really did.
Do you think that was Aidan McGeady back to his best today?
There was bits and bobs of Aidan. Aidan, when was the last time Aidan played? Bits and bobs. Done his attacking bit well. Wee bit untidy at times with the ball, but I don't think it was just Aidan. There was a few of us untidy with the ball. When it was a simple thing. It was hurting us at times when you think that's an easy 10-15 yard ball. But as I said to players, that if you watch Scholes and Keane and Beckham at the best of Man United, said all the Arsenal players, everybody can pass the ball 10-15 yards. It's not the wonder goals, it's not the wonder pass. These people who can pass the ball continually well over 10-15 yards under pressure are great players. So today we were good players at the time, but no great.
Kenny Miller hasn't scored in a few games now, but were you disappointed that he had a perfectly good goal ruled out for offside?
I'd be disappointed for Kenny because he puts so much work into his game. But if we're called strikers, we must be judged on our strikes. You know, that's what's going to happen. But in saying that, he worked incredibly hard, and we believe it's only a matter of time before he goes on the run.
A couple of incidents at the end of the game involving Neil Lennon with your goalkeeper, with one of your players.
We talked about bump, then we got into the real stuff.
Just a little bit of argy-bargy.
I tell you what it is. It's fear of getting beat, fear of letting goals go in, and it's as simple as that. And it's great. You have to have a fear when you're playing football, not to let anything slip, not to let goals in, and be annoyed every time you lose a goal. And that's all it is.
Thanks for your time. Well done today.
Thank you for that last question. I knew it was coming.
Then there's the fear of interviewing Gordon Strachan as well. Aidan McGeady might not have been Neil Lennon's man of the match. He was Scott Booth's, and he was picked out as well by Joe Anderson from Johnston, our competition winner this week, and a signed McGeady shirt is heading your way, Joe. 2-1 Celtic, but I don't imagine the Dunfermline manager Stephen Kenny will be too displeased. Here he is with Stuart.
Stephen, maybe a little unfortunate that you caught Celtic out on near their best today.
Well, you know, I didn't think there was that much in the game. You know, I think Celtic probably definitely deserved to win, all right. But I felt we defended quite well. was happy with the way we defended, except for the first goal, which was a bit of a soft goal from our point of view, although there was a hint of offside about it. But nevertheless, our players persevered. There was a lot of effort. We defended well enough. We got a goal back. It wasn't enough, but it's a big improvement on last week. And certainly with the next 3 games we have coming up, say Mirren, Inverness and Motherwell, I think we can take encouragement from players coming back. Phil Maguire, Mark Burchell coming back after being out for a good while, and we may have 1 or 2 more back for next week as well. So we'll be a lot stronger, and I feel that we will definitely improve.
A few meaty tackles out there, particularly in the first half. Was it your plan to get in their faces, bearing in mind they'd had a tough midweek match?
I think it was irrelevant of what they had. I think it was about ourselves. We lost 5-1 last week, and we never put a tackle in the match really. In the first 20 minutes. Today, I think it was all very fair stuff. It was very committed, but it was all within the rules, and we were more committed today, which is what we need to be in the situation that we're in. We need to roll our sleeves up and work hard for each other. But as I say, there is still. I'm not saying everything is perfect, but there is still room for improvement in quite a few areas. But we are getting there, I think, and we will, as with the players coming back, certainly strengthen us and make us a bit stronger.
Played 4-5-1 for most of the match. Was it hard to get support up to Stevie Crawford quickly enough for your liking?
Yeah, you have to be realistic. Celtic, as you say, 16 points clear. They're a lot better than everyone else in the league, and they've done well all season in Europe and so forth. After getting beaten 5-1 last week, we weren't going to. We had to have an air of realism about what we were going to do. But I didn't think we were that defensive. We still tried to get Freddie Declan and Scott Muirhead in advanced position, supporting Stephen Crawford, and we did that at times. Maybe not enough, but by and large, I don't think Celtic missed that many chances in the game. It's not as if we were carved open time and time again or anything like that. We defended well enough. Doris made a good save first half to keep us in it, but by and large there was very little in it in the first half. Second half, again, to concede an early goal, and it was soft, but from that point of view, that was a bit disappointing, and that demoralised their players. When you think of it, an unbelievable statistic with this team this season and all the games they played, they haven't taken the lead yet. Now, that affects your confidence. Once we take the lead in a game, I think this team will go on and do all right.
Appreciate your time. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Good luck to Rangers on Thursday night in the UEFA Cup against Partizan Belgrade. Then it's Old Firm time next Sunday. Join us from 11 in the morning ahead of a 12:30 kickoff. Alec, brief thoughts on that one?
Well, yesterday's result was very important for Rangers. They will take massive confidence from that, and I would fancy them at Ibrox, regardless of ill fortune in recent weeks. I think that they can do something next week.
Okay, thanks a lot to Alec, thanks a lot to Craig as well. No real losers here, I guess. A respectable scoreline for Dunfermline. And Celtic, well, they restore their 16-point lead at the top. From all of us, bye for now.